Hi everybody, it's Joni here at Joni's Journals. Excuse my squeaky chair. I am back. Earlier today we made some Christmas tags. And if depending on when I publish it, that might be yesterday we made some Christmas tags using some paperclip dangles that I taught you guys how to make. And let me grab one here. This is what we made in our earlier video. Well, we made one. It didn't have the grommets in it because, as I said in that video, I've run out of that size grommet. I have to actually get to Hobby Lobby and or Michael's later on today. But I promised that we were going to come back and we were going to make a fancier tag that you can use as a gift or an ornament for yourself, or that you could use as a gift tag on Christmas packages, or if you celebrate Hanukkah gifts, you could make 8 little ones, one for each night. Or you can just make these not even Christmas style and just have them to give as gifts at any time of the year. I did want to let you know I am currently working on a journal. This one I'm using Louisa Heinzel's Christmas kit that came out last year. And along with it, I am also using Tracy Fox's Festive Compendium. I'll show you the piece of paper with that information on it. And I'm using some of my Tim Holtz flannel to make my cover. And I bought the little 10 by 10 squares. You can see this is a little short. I have to do some adjusting. I bought the 10 by 10 squares. It's a package from Simon Says Stamp. It's awesome. You get the variety of the fabrics, and you can just buy them in 10 by 10 squares without having to invest an awful lot of money. I bought 2 packages, and I have a couple of plans for things I'll make, probably not on camera, because I don't know how interested anyone would be. But today we are going to make this fancy little Christmas tag using a chipboard tag that is blank on the back so that you can add a date or a to and from, or you can put a Merry Christmas. If you have die cuts, you can handwrite it if you have beautiful handwriting. And that is going to be made from the basic premise of the tag that we made earlier. I used a little bit of vintage lace on mine. This is vintage buttons. I had a neighbor back in the house that we first rented when we moved down here to Florida. She gave me a giganto bag of vintage buttons. And so I've been using them, even though, you know, it's kind of a memory, but they're here to use. So let's get going. I made this one. And I used, like I said, I was using Tracy Fox's Festive Compendium. And I will show you the info. And this is another one I made. This one has a little, I think it's a little girl charm on it. And again, it was with the grommets. Those were my last 2 really tiny ones. And the circles that I punched out from the kit. And the little journaling cards. In this case, I've added 2 to it. And let me show you what the paper looks like. That would be a smart thing to do, Joni. This is one of the tags from the kit. And which one haven't I shown you? I think this one. And again, I used the circles and I backed them on each other. And this one only has one little journal card with a little fairy charm on it. And this is what that tag looks like. And for my little ties up here on the top, I used, believe it or not, I was lucky enough to get some vintage muslin sheets from my husband's grandmother's house back in Pennsylvania when we closed out his parents' house back in New York. I took the sheets because I said, these are perfect when they're coffee dyed. And although I'm not coffee dyeing these, I want to leave them a little bit white. These are the drops I'm using to make this. these little dots on here. They are hard after 24 hours, and they are called Nuvo Crystal Drops, and I got mine again on Amazon. They are manufactured by Nuvo. I thought it was just the name, but it's the company. So I used the green on this one. It came out a little bit lopsided, but that's okay. On this one, I used, this is Rhubarb Crumble. I used that on this one. And on this one, I used the Copper Penny. Okay, for the little, I just did 2 little ones down here. I liked it with such a big button, I didn't want to overwhelm the bottom of the card. And like I said, I'm using the vintage buttons. And when I use buttons, I like them to look like they've actually been sewn. So I take a little bit of my embroidery thread and I thread it through the button and I tie a little bow on it and add the little strings, leave little strings on the bottom to make it a little bit, I don't know, prettier, I guess. And whoops, using my button. And this is some vintage lace that I actually got at a thrift store down here in Florida. I paid $1.87 for all of this lace. And as you can see, it's getting that little age to it. Excuse me, this cough. So that's what we're going to add on there. And let's get that stuff out of the way. And I've got everything laid out for us. Again, I'm using my Avery reinforcements. Just taking a sip of coffee that I aged up with my archival ink, which I showed you on the last video. And I've already applied them to my little circle dangle and to my little journal card. And I will be adding them to the tag once we've attached it to the chipboard tag. Okay, let me move this and let me just show you the name of the kit I'm using. It's Tracy Fox Creative Festive Compendium MK5, and I will link this kit in this video as well. I will have it linked in the other one too. Oh, excuse me. So what we're going to do is we're going to use this tag, and this one has some pretty little Victorian ladies on it, and I've already added my charm to my paper clip. And what I did was I added a little cat on this one. I just thought that these two look like fancy ladies that might have a kitty cat as a pet. And so although it's not Christmassy, I guess, in a sense. Oh, do excuse me. I just thought it kind of fit with the tag. And then, you know, we have the little bird and the cat chases the birds. Yeah, okay. All right. What I've already done is I've inked the edges of my chipboard tag. And these I got at Michael's. You can see they're a little bit thick. And so they're nice and strong to give as a gift. I've inked all the edges with my archival ink in potting soil. Let's see if I can get that so it's not glaring. Okay, there we go. And I inked the edges of the tag and the little journal card and the circle with my Distress Oxide in Vintage Photo. Okay, enough of that. Let's get started. So what we do is we just simply glue our tag, our paper tag. You can see I have a backing on this, but I opted to do something different with it. So even though it is backed, you're not going to see it because we're going to make our little fancy Christmas tag with our fancy paperclip dangles, which I want to mention again. My friend Janet Casey from the Foxy Crafters Facebook group posted some that she had made, and I messaged her and I asked her if she would mind if I did a video making the same kind of dangles on my channel? And she said, absolutely not, because as most of us crafters do, she got the idea from someone else on YouTube, and so she made her own. As I said in the other video, hers are a bit different. She did add some different little things to her. She had little Christmas charms and stuff that she added on. But as you can see, like on this one, I just added a little bit of bling, which we did on the video. And so, yeah, okay. So now we have our little tag glued down, and we are going to immediately punch a hole. I'm going to turn my tag over and use the hole that's already in the chipboard tag to make my hole on this one. And I'm using my crocodile only because I like it for its accuracy. I can see through the hole to see what I'm doing. So see, we have our little hole punched through. And now we are going to add the obligatory reinforcements because I want to make sure that my tag is strong. So we're going to add one to the front. In this case, because it is a chipboard tag, it's more for show than for necessity, because I think you would have to have two gorillas fighting, like Julie at Camellia Crafts always says. It's not something a gorilla is going to play with, or maybe two elephants having a tug of war before you're going to rip a chipboard tag. But, so there we go. There's our tag glued onto our chipboard tag. And then, what we're going to do is we are just going to, I've already pre-cut a piece of lace. And this is a little bit longer than the tag. So let's see. Maybe I'll just give it a little bit of a trim right about there. And let's not waste that piece. I will put that aside to use on something else. Okay, let me put that in my little catch-all up there. Okay, and let's glue down our piece of lace. Okay, it's relatively the same on both sides. So I'm just going to put a couple of beads of glue along here. One there. Because I like to be sure that my lace catches the glue when it's stuck down. Okay, we're just going to add our lace down there like that, maybe hanging off the bottom a bit. Okay, so there's that. Oh my goodness, I am so sorry. Let me take another sip of coffee. I really honestly don't know if it's allergies or if it's still a lingering cough from a cold that I had. Okay, now I am just going to put my pin in my glue so it stays working. Did everybody notice that my glue has been functioning? And I'm going to grab out my collage medium because I don't have any Fabri-Tac. That has gotten a bit expensive lately, and I honestly don't like using it because it ruins my nails. And if I'm paying for a manicure as a crafter, I don't need my mediums ruining my nails after I've spent so much to get them done. And I don't want to sound like a big fancy lady who goes and gets her nails done all the time, because I generally only do my nails probably once a month. My husband used to tease me and say, "How much did you spend?" And I would tell him, look, I do it once a month, and I'm paying for it. So don't give me a hard time. All right, that didn't seem to stick for some reason. All right. Oh, there we go. Oh, no, it doesn't want to stick. Why is it giving me a hard time? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to use some of my regular glue along with the collage medium, because I think the collage medium is soaking into the lace. So let's try and do it that way. All right. Let's put the button back. Okay, I think that's a little bit better. Okay, and the glue is coming out the buttonhole, so we'll just grab a little baby wipe. As you can see, it's one of my used ones, and we'll just dab off a little bit of that glue on the button. I'm not sure what these buttons are necessarily made of, so that could be why it's giving me a bit of a hard time. Let me put my baby wipe back so it doesn't dry out. And let me close up my glue. Oh. Okay, come on, Joni. There we go. Okay. Close up my glue. Close up my collage medium. There we go. Okay. Okay, it's staying stuck. Now what we're going to do is we are going to take our little piece of muslin, which I've torn off from the sheets, and I'm going to stick it through the hole like so, and pull it through. And I'm just going to tie it in a knot, and it will stay, especially after we add our little, here we go, see, cute. It's a little uneven, but that's okay. As I always say, it is a handmade item. Let our glue set for a little bit while we prepare our paperclip dangle. What we're going to do is we're going to add the journal card onto the back of the dangle, like so. And I'm just going to close that for now so nothing falls off. And then we are going to add our little circle. Which side do I want to show? I might as well match the tag. We'll have that side show. And we're going to add our circle as soon as I get my ball pin open. There we go. We're going to add our circle with this side facing out and close up the bowl pin. And there's our little dangle. Let's get our kitty like so. And I'm going to turn this around because, there we go, see our little dangle? This is cute even on its own. If you just wanted to use this and give this as a gift, or use this as a gift tag on a gift, you have plenty of space on the back to write to and from. And so now we are going to take our bowl pin and we are going to pin our dangle to our little tag topper here. Sure we are, Joni. Okay, there we go. You can use safety pins. I just have so many bowl pins. I'm trying to push this through. Oh, this is a comedy of errors today. Let's see. Oh, there we go. We're going to pin our little dangle to the top of our tag. And we're going to push it down. And we have our little tag made with our dangle. But we're going to go one step further. And we're going to add some of these Nouveau drops to it. I am just searching wildly for a scrap piece of paper. The Nouveau drops sometimes will spit out on their own, and you're not always going to get a smooth, see, it spit out a little. You don't always get a smooth release from the tube. Okay, there we go. Okay, it's flowing. Let's get that out of the way before I stick my elbow in it. And we're just going to add some little drops. I think similar to the one that I showed you before, I'm just going to add 2 drops, and they do level out, so there's no cause for concern if yours come out looking like a mountain peak. They do level out and round out. There we go. Let's tap that down. And there we have it. Here's our fancy little tag. Sweet and simple with our Nuvo drops and our little button and our paperclip charm that we made earlier today. So yeah, there you go. I hope you enjoyed that. I am going to stick this far, far away from me because it is still wet. And let's take a look at the other ones that I've done. And like I said, they are all made from tags from Tracy Fox's Festive Compendium Kit MK5. I am really not sure when this came out, but it is still available in her shop, and I will link it. And there you go. That's what you'll end up with. And like I said, it can make a lovely gift or a gift tag or a Christmas tree ornament on your very own tree once it's dry. There's our little Nuvo drops. And let me bring back the one we made today. It is still a little wet. But yeah, simple, fancy, cute, and useful. Okay, guys? I hope you enjoyed this video. Remember to give me a thumbs up, like, subscribe, and comment. And as I finished off my last video, quite jokingly, I said I am trying desperately to get to 500 people. I do have 443 subscribers right now. And I'd really appreciate it if you subscribe. It gets my videos out there to more people so that they can see it. And it also, when I usually will always do a tag into one of my videos for people whose kits I've used or people who have given me inspiration. It also helps to go over and look at their channels. So I hope you'll do that. I want to say hugs and kisses, and I will be back probably to show you where I've gotten to making that fabric journal. I want to quilt it. I haven't done it in a while. I am not a quilter. I use my machine and I make it look like quilting, but it usually comes out cute. So yeah, guys, thank you for watching. Have a great rest of your day or night, whatever it happens to be for you. And I would like to say Happy Veterans Day to all the veterans out there. My husband is one. He was a Marine. And without them, we wouldn't be where we are today. So thank you again. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye.